Hello and welcome to this video where I talk about how I did this interview. Now I've been doing a few sort of handheld interviews lately. I've done this one that you can see here, and I've also done this more recent one. Now the more recent one was slightly more problematic because I was using this anamorphic lens. So I used a micro four thirds body. This is the G80. It records in 4K and has image stabilization and mic inputs, but I used a anamorphic lens, which we can see here. I used the 50mm 1.8 anamorphic, and this is a 1.33 times squeeze. So I wanted to go for an anamorphic look, and I did achieve an anamorphic look, but it did cause some problems, and I'm going to talk about those problems a bit later. So I also used the DJI Pocket 3, and for the DJI Pocket 3 I used this for getting B-roll. Now I've got an anamorphic adapter for the DJI Pocket 3. I'm just going to open this up and put this on. So I've already done a video about the anamorphic adapter, and it's a Freewell anamorphic adapter, and it just fits on the front here, and it creates a 1.1 anamorphic squeeze. What that meant was the anamorphic squeeze isn't the same between the micro four thirds lens and the DJI Pocket 3. However, I don't think anyone would notice, and when you look at the difference in the interview, I don't think you can notice that one is squeezed more than the other. I don't think you can notice at all, and that's absolutely fine. So I used the Pocket 3 to get B-roll, and it worked really well using the Pocket 3. Not only was it lightweight and easy to use, it allowed me to move around and keep things in focus, and I used the tracking on the Pocket 3, which was really useful. However, if I had done the same thing with the Sirui lens, it wouldn't really have worked because it's a manual focus lens, and it's really an equivalent of, because it's a 50mm, it's an equivalent of a 100mm focal length when it's on micro four thirds. So it just wouldn't have worked. So the Pocket 3 was a real lifesaver. It allowed me just to get some really different B-roll. And getting B-roll is really important. So for my other interview, I used normal lenses, and this is a Sirui 24mm lens. And when you're interviewing people, sometimes what happens is they say or they stop, or you want to cut a bit out. And when you cut a bit out, you have quite a big jump. So you might find that they're talking, and then the next time they're talking, things are different. And if you just cut that together, it would be quite jarring to view. So one of the ways I solve that problem is when I've got a cut, I've removed a sentence to make it flow better, or I've removed an a bar to R, I jump in and I crop in so that it's not a noticeable jump. It actually looks like it's intentional. Now, one of the problems I had with this video, because I have squeezed the frame in post because it's anamorphic and you get the black bars at the top and the bottom, it means you can't do the cropping in. You can't zoom in because you lose the anamorphic bars and you lose the aspect ratio. So I wasn't able to do that. I knew I'd have that problem going into the interview, and that's why I took the Pocket 3. So I filmed the B-roll with the main anamorphic lens, but I also filmed B-roll with the Pocket 3 just because I knew I'd need a lot more B-roll for this, because I can't rely on cropping in and zooming out in order to cover those jumps in the cuts. In terms of audio, I use the DJI mic system, and you can probably see on the talent that the DJI mic is mounted, and I use the wind muff because I was outside. You can see I'm using this DJI mic here today to record this video. So I think it worked really well. I was really pleased with the output. Doing anamorphic is slightly more challenging than doing non-anamorphic, and you cannot rely on jumping in and out to hide those cuts, and you get around that by doing more B-roll. But I was really happy with the output. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Goodbye.